When you're looking for a new place to live, you're going to want to make sure that you're figuring out all of the good things and the bad things about that place. Windermere, Florida is one of the most desired places to live in all of the Central Florida area. And that's because it's affluent, it has a more luxury lifestyle, and it's very family friendly. However, it's not perfect. I don't want you to make the mistake of moving to Windermere or anywhere like it without hearing the cons first. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the pros and the cons of living in Windermere, Florida. My name is Andrew Sweet and I'm your Orlando, Florida real estate advisor. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell to see my videos as soon as they come out. And guys, like this video and send it to a friend if you learned something new. If you're ready to make your move to Windermere, Florida, or the surrounding Orlando, Florida suburbs, if you're ready to buy, sell, invest in the next 5 days, 5 months, or the next year, make sure to reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All my contact info is in the description below. Now let's hop right into the pros and cons of living in Windermere, Florida. The first pro of living in Windermere, Florida was something I mentioned earlier, and that is that it's an exclusive and luxurious community. Windermere, Florida is known for its luxury homes. It's known for its gated communities, its beautiful custom-built mansions or just large homes, and its beautiful lakefront properties. Windermere, Florida is just home to beautiful homes, and people move there for that. We have people, celebrities are moving there. Business, like business executives move to Windermere. It's just one of the pros is that luxury feel, and it also offers, because it has this more luxury, kind of elegant, exclusive community feel, it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's beautiful, and it gives the residents access to a very refined style of living, as well as beautifully maintained neighborhoods. The second pro of living in Windermere, Florida is the Butler chain of lakes. So Windermere, Florida, and I'm gonna do a map video of Windermere for you guys, but it's basically nestled in the middle of the 13 lakes that make up the Butler chain of lakes. The chain of lakes that are there are what give Windermere, Florida the opportunity to have all these beautiful lakefront properties. And if you are into boating, fishing, animal watching, bird watching, things like that, and you just want to have a dock that you can walk out to, or have maybe public access to a lake or access from your community, Windermere, Florida is an awesome place to live. It's just one of those spots in Central Florida that really offers its residents a unique waterfront living opportunity. The third pro I want to talk about in this pros and cons of Windermere, Florida list is something I've mentioned before, and it's what I like to talk about in a lot of the areas I like to talk about around this or on this channel, and that it's a family-friendly area with amazing schools. It's part of Orange County Public Schools, and it just has some really great, highly rated schools, even amongst the highly rated Orange County Public Schools. It also has access to some really great private schools. So if you're looking for a private school, maybe you are a Christian and you don't want to send your kids to public school, that's totally okay. Send them to private school, and there are some amazing ones to choose from in this area. Also, with the downtown area and the different zoning codes, it just makes Windermere feel family friendly. It's just has that vibe of you can go to the downtown area and ride some bikes, or take a walk with a family, or find places to go have a picnic. It's a very family friendly, tight knit community. They do a really good job of maintaining that small town feel, and that translates directly into just a lot of families moving to Windermere. Hi guys, Andrew Sweet here. Just wanted to take a quick break to remind you to subscribe. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to press that notification bell. And if you are ready to buy, sell, invest in Orlando, Florida, or any of the surrounding Central Florida suburbs like Windermere, Winter Garden, Horizon West, all of those, make sure to check down in the description below where you can find my phone number, email, and different ways that you can contact me. Whether you're looking to move in the next 5 days, 5 months, or even the next year, make sure to reach out so that we can get connected and I can help your move to the Orlando, Florida area go as smoothly as possible. Now, living in Windermere, Florida has a lot of pros, and that was only 3. I could go into so many more, but it wouldn't be fair to you guys to just give you the pros. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's important to know where you're moving. It's important to know what are the cons, right? Everybody needs to know cons. Everywhere has cons, and Windermere has cons. The first con would be it has a higher cost of living. Living in Windermere, Florida definitely comes at a premium, I would say. The reason for that is you just have more expensive homes. Like I said, to start, Windermere is a more luxurious area. It's more affluent. So even on the lower end, you're looking at $600,000 for like the lowest end home, going well up into the many millions and everything in between that. But I mean, there's lakefront properties, these gated communities, these custom built homes. It's not cheap to buy a home there. If you're moving to Orlando, just looking for a super cheap opportunity, Windermere's not going to be that. It's not going to be like this super cheap opportunity for you to just jump into a new home. If you're looking for like super affordable, you need to be looking in Ocala, maybe Mineola, Groveland, and places like that, and maybe even parts of Kissimmee and St. Cloud. But this is not going to be the area for you if you're looking for that. It is typically a higher cost of living, but the people that live there and that move there generally have that understanding. Not only are the real estate prices higher, the taxes are higher there. They're actually the highest in Central Florida, as well as just your typical grocery is going to be a little bit more expensive in Windermere. It's just one of the higher dollar communities, cities in the Central Florida area. So that's just something to think about. It's not for everyone because of that. But if that's your lifestyle, if you're looking for that more luxurious, affluent, peaceful, quiet, family-oriented, small town feel, Windermere's still great for you. Now, this next one, it's definitely a con. However, I think it can also be somewhat of a pro, and that's that Windermere has very limited commercial development. The reason for this is that it has very strict zoning laws, very strict, because they're trying to maintain the feel that it has, the vibe that it has of this is for families, this is to have this small town feel. They really pride themselves on maintaining that, and so because of that, there's very little land set aside for commercial building, very little. You'll see some of it in the downtown and some of it outside of some of the neighborhoods, but generally speaking, just not a lot of that. Now, I know a lot of people that think that's a great thing because they don't want a bunch of commercial development all around their neighborhoods. Some people don't like that. Some people want it to be more small town. Other people go, well, but then I have to leave in order to get anything, like to get certain things. And that's true, but I do want to balance it out with this. Though there's not a lot of commercial development in the heart of Windermere, you are surrounded and have easy access to so many different things in Windermere. You're kind of right in the middle hub. Winter Garden is to your west. Orlando, downtown Orlando, Universal is to your east, and you can access Disney from either one of those locations. So you have access to things, you're just not in the middle of it all. So yeah, you might have to drive a little bit longer for certain things, like to get to a certain grocery store, but generally you're gonna have everything you need. So this last con is definitely a con that I can resonate with. I drive through Windermere all of the time when I'm going from the Orlando side of things to Winter Garden. Really, Windermere is the best path for me. And the problem is that Windermere's infrastructure is not made for how many people drive through it, and it's not made for how many people are moving there. The population of Windermere has been growing. It is such a popular location for people to move to that you're just kind of seeing an influx of people, which honestly is an issue we've been seeing across the board here at Orlando. Orlando's infrastructure in general is just not where it should be at all for how many people are moving here. I don't think they were prepared for that at all. It's getting better in certain areas, but there's a lot of spaces in Windermere where pretty much all of Windermere, You start, when you go in all the way through the downtown area and then around out the other end, it's all a single lane road, which, I can get through it pretty quickly, but when there's a backup, there's a backup. So if you're trying to get through there and the peak hours of travel, start of the workday or end of the workday, you can expect there to be some traffic congestion, and that is definitely a con. I know that the residents are not a fan. I'm hoping that one of these days they build a road that makes it way easier to get to the other side of the Butler chain of lakes. So the Butler chain of lakes, which was a pro from earlier, is the reason that half of Central Florida, the Orlando metropolitan area, is kind of cut off from the other half. The Windermere side is over to the west, and parts of Orlando, like Dr. Phillips and different areas like that, are to the east. And then you have the Butler chain of lakes in the middle, and in the middle of that is Windermere, connecting the two with a single lane road. So it can be frustrating. I've never been like so backed up that I'm there for multiple hours, except during the hurricane. I did have to take an alternate route. That's a little bit of a different scenario. That's just something to think about if you're planning on living in Windermere, is to start, keep in your mind, okay, during heavy traffic hours, I'm probably going to experience a backup here or there, or there's going to be heavy congestion. It's definitely annoying, but I think the pros of Windermere just heavily outweigh the cons, especially this con. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. Is it the pros that are winning? Is it the cons that are winning? Do you guys want me to make a part 2 to this video where I go over more pros or more cons or a mixture of both again? I can absolutely do that for you guys, and I would just love to hear your feedback on if Windermere, if Windermere is the place for you. I would love to help you move here, make that move smooth. Now, before we jump into the closing info where I'll kind of give you the best way to reach me, I do just want to give you some really quick good news that's very important to me and I think is very important to share with you. So the good news is this, I'm a real estate agent, so I see a ton of beautiful homes. Lots of beautiful homes, lots of beautiful scenery and buildings and different things like that. And it's all awesome. It's amazing. But it's all temporary and it's all going to fade away one day. All the beauty of these monetary, earthly things will fade. The one thing that never fades is relationship with Jesus Christ and what is given through that relationship, which is eternity with God. Jesus Christ died for our sins, and he asks for faith in him, of just to have faith in him and to repent of our sin and to recognize that we are sinful and we need him. And then we gain eternity with God. And that's such an amazing, beautiful gift. There's nothing more beautiful. No home, no suburb of Orlando. Nothing is more beautiful than that. So that's just the good news I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with a friend, and press that notification bell if you or anyone you know is ready to move to the Orlando, Florida area in the next 5 days, 5 months, or even the next year. Make sure to just go down to the description below, find my contact information, and get a hold of me. I would love to help make your move to the Orlando, Florida area go as smoothly as possible. Again, my name is Andrew Sweet. I am your Orlando, Florida real estate advisor. And if you found this video helpful, then you'll probably like this video as well. So make sure to check out this one next.